Hello YouTube! So the whole reason I'm here in London is to study theater, see a lot of shows, and just basically be totally immersed in theater in London, and that is what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I can't even describe how much I love the theater here. The amount of commitment and dedication to the roles and to the plays that I've seen is absolutely breathtaking. So the first play we saw was called Kerpen Disruption. It's a new play by Simon Stevens. I have never been so affected by a piece of theater in my life. You walk into this theater, the Almeida Theater, and it's smoky, there's debris all over the floor, there's a bowl in the middle of the stage, and it's breathing. The actors were so completely committed to the parts and so willing to be truthful on stage. The format of Kerpen Disruption is all monologue. The characters were all interwoven and they all come together for a production of Carmen and a motorcycle accident, but the thing is they never actually meet, and you're just thrown into the worlds of these like 5 different stories at the same time. And it was just absolutely mind-blowing because the actors would just speak until they could not breathe, and they had such specific movements with their hands and with their bodies. The next show we saw was The Hard Problem, a new Tom Stoppard play at the National Theatre. And the show was The Hard Problem. It's all about human consciousness and defining what that is. They had this really interesting structure above the stage that was lit up, and it looked like a brain with neurons firing. The story was a bit hard to follow at times just because it's so based in like philosophical thoughts and psychological things, but it really made me think about like what I define my consciousness as. And I've never really come out of a show being like, I don't really know what just happened, but I want to think more about it, which was very interesting for me. And the third play we saw is called Oppenheimer by morton-smith. It's a pretty new play about J. Robert Oppenheimer, who's one of the guys who built the atomic bomb in World War II. It was very much a history play, which I never really enjoyed, which I was surprised that I enjoyed this one a lot because the science aspect of it didn't feel so totally overbearing. The whole history of it didn't feel like it was being, this is a history play, this is what you should know about our history. It felt like it was trying to tell the story of the specific person, but not trying to be bogging you down with all of that information. Another thing about Oppenheimer, what was really interesting, was that it's the Royal Shakespeare Company's production of it, but it's British actors playing American characters, and all of their accents sounded very authentic, and it seemed like they were all American actors on stage. And the show that I saw the other night, that's probably the best musical production I have ever seen, was Sweeney Todd at Harrington's Pie and Mash Shop, which was Sweeney Todd in an actual pie shop. You're just closed in with everybody on these tables, like long tables, and you're sitting on benches. They used everything. They were standing on the tables, so you're like totally in the story. The singing in the show was absolutely impeccable. Oh my god, the girl was playing Joanna. Every time she sang her high notes in Greenfinch and Linnetbird, it was breathtaking. Sweeney was amazing. Everything about the production was so good. If I ever see another production of it again, it will not live up to that. And after the show, we got to talk to some of the actors. Stephen Sondheim has seen that show twice. I just can't even believe I talked to people who have met Stephen Sondheim. I'm just so blown away by everything I've seen so far. And knowing that I'm in a country and a city for 6 weeks that has some of the best theater I've ever seen in my entire life, and that I get to experience it for 4 more weeks, it's just amazing to me, and I am so happy. Oh my god. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch my latest video here, subscribe here, follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram here, and in the description, DFTBA, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!